Hi everybody, welcome along to this week's episode of the Boots to Billing podcast. I'm Alan McFadden, joined by my co-host as always, Chris Fahey. Today we've got an unbelievable guest on, somebody who has won everything at the top level in Scottish football, won titles abroad, and also is his country's second highest ever goal scorer. So welcome to the show, Kyle Lafferty.
Cheers.
How you doing, mate?
I'm good.
Quite impressive, mate, that.
What's that?
That's quite impressive, that.
It's alright. It's alright.
Speaking about this for a couple of months now, mate, because my wee boy goes to your little kickers class. This boy has got the patience of a saint, by the way.
Imagine what age are they?
Coach 2 to 4 is the little kickers.
Kyle's putting cones out the other day trying to do a drill for them and always just pick them up behind them. He's like,
I love it. Like,
you enjoy it, mate?
Yeah, it's good, yeah. I was like, my class was always from 5 to 7-year-olds, and then I got cornered at my daughter's dance class by
Barry's
Rachel.
missus, wasn't it?
Yeah, by Rachel, and she's like, start a little kickers. I was like, will I? And then I end up doing it. Listen, I love it. It's good. It's good seeing the young kids enjoying themselves.
Isn't that? You can even see the jump, I think, because obviously my wee boy's the youngest, he's all in the middle. Then, which is wee boy, no, he gets it. He'll follow you about and do the cones and that, and I think it's class.
I think they're all at different stages.
Because
I think your wee man's just turned 3.
He's not. Ollie just turned 3. My wee boy's even younger. My boy's only 2.5. But he just goes and runs riot. Do you know what I mean?
Even in that age, some of them just get natural ability, hadn't they?
Yeah.
You can see his wee boy, he's definitely got a wee bit of talent about him. So, but we've been talking about it loads. I introduced what I was doing with my business to Kyle, and Kyle was like, look, that's a really good idea. But the more we speak, what I think makes it interesting, mate, is just you've told me even, I knew the problems in football a wee bit, but some of the stuff you've been telling me was just like, it was blowing my mind. So what I wanted to get you on was, one, talk about your career, obviously, because it's second to none. I also think you're one of the most misunderstood guys in Scottish football, mate, in some ways.
I just, obviously I've done some like crazy daft stuff, but that's just, I was young, naive, and like I came to Glasgow as a 20-year-old playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. So, and obviously I support them. So my head did go a little bit, and I kind of probably got mixed, like caught up in the whole thing. And
Empties wood.
Yeah, but like I came from a wee village in Northern Ireland, like 2,000 fans or 2,000 people. So I'm just like, I was just flung into the deep end, and I had no one really to take me under the wing. And then I started winning titles and scoring goals, and I probably let myself go a little bit. And listen, you learn from your mistakes.
Look back, that's what I said. So that's why I said that, because me getting to know you, you're a funny guy. Do you know what I mean? I'm going great. I'm a big Celtic fan.
I didn't know that. I wouldn't have come on.
when I first met you, because people used to say to me, where's your boy going to Kyle Lafferty's kids class for? I'm like, well, one, my missus is a massive Rangers fan, but two, me started speaking, you're brilliant with the kids, mate, and you're a good guy. Like I said to Chris when we were first speaking about this, it's like, I don't know anything, unless somebody's walked in your shoes, then how would they know, do you know what I mean? So I guess for me, football career wise, I'd like to start where you just went there, because I know that I've watched other podcasts you've been on, and I want to know how a boy managed to get for that village in Northern Ireland with 2,000 people to sign down south with Burnley. How did that come about for you?
So like, I think I was 3, first time I kicked the ball. And I just loved it. Like, I was probably known as the little boy around Cash, where I'm from, that always had a football. My mum would send me to the shop to get the milk, bread, whatever, and I always had a football. Everyone just knew me. That if they seen me, I had a football, and just played every Saturday morning for the young team, Cash. And
were you a standout then as well? Do you feel, or was it?
To be fair, I don't want to big myself up,
but
I probably was. Like, I was probably head and shoulders above everyone, but there was other players on my team that was like,
good as well.
If they had probably the same focus as me, like I was like football the whole way. Nothing was going to affect me. And you obviously hear people, like young kids at school, you're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like, I want to be a footballer. I was that person, but it was like a dream that I could never like think of, because where I'm from, like things like that doesn't happen. I think when I was young, Roy Carroll was probably the person that everyone looked up to.
You're talking goalkeeper. He's like a goalkeeper.
Like crazy Roy Carroll. I haven't met a goalkeeper that's normal. So it was like a dream. And then started playing. I was like 12, and I moved into like the senior team in Cash. Started getting noticed. start going to trials, Northern Ireland, the Milk Cup in Northern Ireland.
Played in that before,
like it's classed as like one of the biggest tournaments in the world for
Port Rush, wasn't it?
did you? So for my county, for Mana, we get obviously the 6 counties get put in straight away. So played for them, played for Northern Ireland, but it was so strange. Like I used to like go to, so I was in West Ham first, the academy. It was like an academy in Belfast every Sunday. Me and a guy called Matthew Chambers travelled up from Enniskillen to Belfast every Sunday, and I went bust. But no joke, like 2 weeks before, they just sold Ferdinand to, I think it was it Leeds?
Yeah, I mean, they went somewhere
for 18 million.
That's right.
And I went bust, and you're like, come on. So that went bust, and then just played in the Milk Cup. So played in the Milk Cup anyway, done well, started making a name for myself, and my manager told me that Liverpool was coming to watch me.
Wow.
Came, got sent off. So you don't miss any games in the World Cup, you just play the next game.
For what did you do? Daft challenge?
First one was a challenge, I think it was.
Yeah.
A challenge. Nothing in it, got sent off. I think it was maybe 2 yellows. Next game. So sorry, first game didn't tell me Liverpool was coming, just happened. And then the second game, he pulled me out, he's like, listen, Liverpool's coming again. Managers went and told the ref.
Wow.
Sent off. And the second game,
did you?
so it was like, ball went down the channel, went out for a throw-in. Should have been my ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't. And me and the linesman had a bit of a...
I get each other.
But I know him. I knew the linesman.
Yeah.
So, flag went up, sent off. I was like, come on.
He just told me a story very similar to that. Before he came on, a referee, he knew booked him and give it trouble.
Honestly, I was like, come on. So, basically, nothing happened.
Yeah.
And there's a wee guy, Kyle Lafferty. He's from Belfast. He owned a club, I think it was Newbridge.
Yeah.
I think it went bust now, but he was a scout at Burnley. So he couldn't understand how no one's picked me up.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting a team of all players that he thought's good enough from all over Northern Ireland to go and play Burnley's youth team.
All right.
So went over for the weekend. And no joke, I think I've played the best 45 minutes of my career, honestly. Everything came off. We're winning 2-0 at half time. And I think we finished, it was 5-2, we lost, but straight away I was called over and they offered me a contract right away. Never been done before. They said, like, we don't usually do this, but we just see so much in you that we want to give you a contract. It's there if you want it. So back then, I didn't even think much of it.
No.
What age were you?
14.
14?
Because then, so I was 15 I was, because I was still at school, and then agreed to sign for Burnley youth team. I was still at school, so I had to finish my school year. But every Friday and Monday, I missed school because I was flying over on Friday.
Did you go for the weekend?
Playing Saturday, go to the game Sunday if there was games, or maybe game Sunday, and then fly back, and then just missed the 2 days.
That, going back to school when you've been playing football.
Like I was never I've never been like never been away with my family on holidays or anything. I wasn't fortunate not to get like those things, but I was always a homeboy. Like I used to camp out with my mates, and I'm the one that would like go in,
end up go all the time.
So it was a massive like step for me to go like leave home at 15. It was emotional. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I was in the digs by myself. Oh, sorry, 2 other guys from Dublin. They'd fly back home sometimes, and I'd be in the digs myself. And that was probably the toughest part. Crying over the phone to my mum and stuff like that. I was like, hate it. But I was just so focused on being a footballer. But yeah, that's
ability wise. Did you feel at home as soon as you get down there? Like as soon as you got to Burnley, did you just feel football wise ability? You fit in, no bother.
I was raw.
Were you?
Like no one coached me. Like even for the Milk Cup, it was just like flung into a team training. There was no coach. Like wasn't coached at all. And I wouldn't say I was miles off, because I think my ability kind of got me through, but I was just so raw. Like there's things that you probably should have been taught younger. I just didn't know what to do. I can still remember the drills and the stuff like that there, like I was put through and all. And, but it was like I went into a digs and it was so bad. I was in a digs with 2 dogs, 7 cats.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, what's going on? And we used to always get packed lunch meat first.
Right.
And we went in at lunchtime after training, and everyone would like swap lunches, and everyone knew I was with this woman in our digs. Like, nah, we don't want that. I was like, why?
Because they're cats and dogs.
There was hairs and everything. They're like, nah. So one of the older players, he was there first, and he's like, just don't share your lunch with anyone because no one will take it. Because you'll find, because I was there like last year, and there was like hairs and everything. Like, it was mental. But then I moved in to a house with the 2 Dublin guys, which was brilliant. I think they helped me massively. And one of them actually went on to play for Burnley, went across to DC. Chris McCann, he actually had a really good career. I think he broke his kneecap, I think, in a challenge. But a really, really good career. And Martin Riley, he actually played for Cavan in the Ulster Gaelic team. He turned out to have a
so big over that Irish Gaelic.
Gaelic's mental.
How long did it take you when you went over to get into the first team then?
So I moved over July. I was 15, turned 16 in September, and it was 17. But
you're always quite tall.
I was always tall.
No?
Always.
Always, very well.
It depends how you...
Well, I'm just talking to you. I'm just talking to you. See, you look that enough. I
could have been 3 foot, I was going to say I was tall.
I'll tell you a story about that in a wee bit, right? But, aye.
But there was one game for the reserves that literally put... when I signed for Burnley, they signed me a 2-year YTS and a 2-year pro. Unusual. I was on more money as a youth team player than anyone else. Like I think I was in £75 a week. Everyone else was in 45 or 50. And then my salary went up whenever my second year, and I went straight into a pro. I couldn't have worked out, but they signed me a 2-year pro. So obviously they seen like a potential there, and there was one game that we played. I think it was Rochdale at home, and the manager, Steve Cottrell, was there. They were all there watching, and honestly, I was actually played right back or right wing, and I was sensation, just dribbling and everything. And then from that game, I was put into the first team, and Chris came with me. Me and him just went on and made a debut. Chris played a lot more in the first team. I think he's a wee bit stronger. I was just still a wee skinny kid, and I think he had a lot more ability on the ball. He was centre mid, and he was really, really good. I think only for his injury he could have went on to greater things. But I was then sent on loan to Darlington. Played 9 games, scored 3 goals, and got an emergency callback.
Who was the manager? Owen Coyle?
No, it was Steve Cottrell at the time.
He was the first team manager?
Yeah, loved him.
Aye.
So he was like a proper father figure to me as a young age. So he ended up calling me back straight into the first team. And that Saturday, they play against Reading, and I got man of the match, drew 2-2. Didn't score, man of the match. And then that's it.
We always talk about that one here about if you're not, but youth team football's, it's not say it's kid on football, but it's not men's football. That going out, that loan spell at Darlington, did that do you a world of good?
I enjoyed it so much. As you said, I was 17 years of age. They just kept on playing me. I was doing well. Manager, I even said that. We actually had a conversation with the manager, and I was just like, I think Burnley would sell me if he wanted to buy me, and he was all up for buying me. I was like, probably 150 grand maybe, I don't know. But when he made the conversation with the manager, he's like, nah, he's staying with us.
Back,
I remember I made a few appearances in the first team, and obviously some of the senior lads driving down. I think we were driving down like Ipswich or somewhere. It was miles away. I think it was Ipswich, and the lads are in my head. Fulham's just made a bid for me. Laurie Sanchez, the manager, he's basically tried to sign the whole were their own team. He signed like 7 players, tried to get me, and I think he bid like 4 million. Club turned it down, and on the way on the bus down the road, some of the first team players were like, "Emmy, you gotta speak to the manager. You can't be turning down £4 million and you're on peanuts." I think it was like £700 or something a week. And I was just like, really? He's like, aye, 100%. Got into the hotel, bag in the room, straight to the manager's room, knocked, no answer, knocked again. Steve Cottle opens the door, trousers on, top off, shaving. He's like, what is it? I think we might have had the conversation previous in the club about a new contract.
Is this the day before a game?
Aye, this is the day before. Well, I'm being like, so I think I was expecting the contract to be there with him. So I was like, I just want to talk about like my contract. He's like, what is it? Still foam everywhere. I was like, well, if you're turned down £4 million, I think like I should be on a lot more than I am. He's like, you tell me what you think. I went, $5,000. Chrome. Oh my god. Door closed. Just standing there waiting for it to open.
That's quality.
So
Chucked you out.
lunch dinner. Went down, sat down at the table, and I was like, did you speak to him? I was like, he's closed the door in my face. They're like, what did you say? I was like, said I should have been on $5,000 a week. You're like, you didn't mention money, did you? I was like, you sent me. You basically told me to like go and speak to him. But got a new contract, but was on a percentage of what I asked for. And he always said to me, he's like, I'm looking out for you. I was like, talk shit, he's just looking out for himself. And he got sacked. And I was actually emotional. Me and Chris was really emotional at the time, and he pulled me before he left, and he went, you're right, you should be on a lot more than you are, but I don't want to give you all that money at a young age and take your mind off where you can go. And obviously I was like, talking pish.
Don't listen when you're young, day.
I just wanted the money. But now I was like, he did look out. And I actually met him in holidays in Dubai, and he brought it up.
Did he?
And
he
he's
come
like,
shut your door.
Exactly. But he said to me, I told you you'll get to where you should be. And we actually had a pint over it, and I was just, I love the man. He's such a good guy. But
because you're talking about at that time, there was a bit of interest. Are you in the Northern Ireland team at this stage?
So I made my debut at 17.
Did you?
The first 2 caps were in the US. It was one of those camps that end of the season. None of the big hitters comes, and it was a young squad. Me and Sammy Clingan made a debut. I think I came on twice. Third cap was, I think it was a friendly against Finland. Came on and I scored. Keith Gillespie crossed and I scored. And I just turned 18. Sorry, it was like a week before my 18th birthday.
That's a huge thing for not just you, for your family as well, coming from that wee village to go and play for your national team at 17. So
like that's all I've always wanted to do, like play for my country and play for Rangers, the 2 teams that I supported. So obviously playing for my country first, I came first. I was delighted, and we used to get tickets for the game, and no joke, I think there might have been 2 buses, 56 seaters coming up from Cash.
It's quality.
And I was just everyone, because they never really had that. Like probably the closest thing that came from, I was going to say something famous, but like someone that's made a name for himself was Martin Keown. His family was down in Bow Island, just maybe 10-15 minutes away from where I live. So that's probably, and whenever he was down, like people used to just go crazy about it. Like someone famous in the village. So it was nice, and obviously I always went back home and just always never changed, and knowing it didn't treat me different. Like that's one of the things I love going back. Even now, like my mates will still take the piss out of me, and just treat me the same way. But
so I grounded into it a wee bit.
It's so good.
So with that then, you must have made that happen around about the same time you moved to Rangers, I'd imagine. So you must have got two of your dreams quite close together. Because I remember I was watching a podcast where you were on Frank McFadden's podcast, and you were talking about Celtic had been showing a wee bit of interest, and then obviously Rangers came in and you were like,
so
that's the club I want to go to.
It was so played maybe 2 years international.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Rangers thing and Celtic thing came about, but it was, I just wanted to concentrate on football, and I enjoyed it. Enjoyed going away with the national team. Like great, more so playing against the players, playing with the players that I've supported growing up. Keith Gillespie was still there. Steve Davis just came into the squad whenever I was young.
Some player, isn't he?
Dave was
some player.
I do a lot of Q&As with 3 5-stars and all, and the question comes up, who's the best player you've played with? And I go, I'm fortunate to play with Dybala, Belotti, all amazing players. Davo was the best player I've ever played with. Like, and everyone knows how good Davo was, but the people I've played with, to mention Davo as the best player I've played with, they're like, really? Hands down.
Look at that.
So who was so when Celtic were trying to sign you at the time, who was the manager?
Strachan.
So I know that Celtic and when Rangers came in, it's out of the equation, but say Rangers didn't come in, would you have went to Celtic from your background?
Maybe. You could have done, could you have?
No, I know, I get that, but
I think it would have been like I could never have played for Celtic. I think it would have been tough going back home. Like I'm from like a place where every curb is red, white and blue.
Yeah.
Like 2,000 people, and there might only been one Celtic fan. And I'm being like honest, like there might have been one family.
You think about it this way, Kyle. You think about Neil Lennon. Think of the abuse he took, and he was playing for the team that he supported. Imagine you went and done the other way about. Jesus Christ, man!
It's the backlash, not just to you, it's to your family.
You just can't help it.
I think,
get it.
Like I'm talking 18 years ago. Things have probably improved slightly.
I think they've improved in this country as well. Both sides it's improved.
I think it's improved massively, but in the Northern Ireland squad, there might only have been 2 or 3 Catholics back then. Now, there's probably more Catholics playing for Northern Ireland, and the thing is, they play for Northern Ireland. Like they want to wear the shirt, whereas before, some players might not have. It's an international. Looks good on your CV. So, but I just think I couldn't have it would have been too difficult, and I don't like my heart wouldn't have been in it. Like the way if I had to pull on a Celtic top, it was completely different the way I pulled on the Rangers top. Like they were my team, the team I've supported, and my family supported. So it would have been.
Take us to that moment then. The minute you get the call. That's when Rangers are interested. That you must be buzzing.
So Celtic first. We had one of the windows. It was Celtic.
Can you imagine that conversation? Celtic are you? Nope.
It's a bag line.
It was so Celtic came in first. And the Sun in Glasgow put a big head on Roy Keane's body.
Oh, brilliant.
And I'm like,
you still got it? We can get it on something.
It'll be on Google. I'm like, nah, I'm not having this.
For your pals and your family going,
honestly,
no chance.
It was my mates sent it to me, and they're like, catch this out. And I was like, no chance. I was like, nah. So it was Celtic obviously approached the club first, and I wasn't.
Would that influence Rangers, Jank, to come and look at you?
I don't know.
I know.
Maybe. But when I was younger, like I think I might have been just turned 18, maybe 19. Like I was voted like one of the top 50 players to look out for in Europe. Didn't hit those heights. But so I was like, my name was getting about. And then I was just like Owen Coyle, change manager. Owen Coyle came in, and he just wanted to play me. He played me all the time. He used to speak to me Friday in training. He's like, playing tomorrow, just go out, express yourself. I think he always thought he's going to sell me in the summer. I think there was a lot of hype around me before he came in, and he just. He's
made a big great guy as well. Owen Coyle,
he loves that game of tennis, didn't he?
What's that?
Heady tennis, that's his game.
Him and Stanley just played.
That's all he does.
Aye.
He plays heady tennis.
Aye.
Aye.
By the way, he's a great finisher. He used to join in on a Friday in like the fives, and do you know Brian Jensen?
Yeah,
Beastie?
goalie.
Like,
What's his nickname? The Beast.
Beastie.
Aye.
Like he's massive.
Aye.
Probably 6'7", 6'8". And no joke.
Aye.
Ripped.
Nickname's the Beast.
Aye.
No, not ripped, just massive.
Aye.
So chipped him
Aye.
1-on-1, and no joke. Beastie was on his line, and he's just like, but a chip was so straight and went in, and you're like that.
Goalies love
See,
that.
the thing is with Coyle, he would never ping the ball. He'd always pass the ball in the net, and it would always go just inside the post. You always think he'd have it covered, but he'd always. Great finisher.
Great finisher, honestly. But so he just kept on playing me. So obviously season finished. Went away on holidays, and this stage. Sorry, I think Celtic and Rangers might have bid before, and this is when Owen's obviously saying probably more focused on selling me. So obviously I went away on holidays, and I think it was my first lads' holiday I went away on, the Salou.
You're all winding me up. You signed it for Celtic.
I wouldn't have been invited on holidays. So I just back home first for a few weeks, and the phone calls, the agents and stuff like that there, and Major rings me and goes, listen, I know it's not going to happen, but out of respect for Gordon Strachan, will you speak to him?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't see a reason why I should, but I will. I'll speak to him. So Gordon rings me and he's like, Kyle, how are you? I'm like, I'm good, Gordon, how are you? He's like, what's happening? Are you signing? I was like, I can't, Gordon. He's like, listen, Celtic fans hated me when I came here, and look at me now. I'm like, and I thought he was a great guy, gentleman, but
like
listen, I was just like, it can't happen, and I've took the phone call out of respect for you and for what you've done in the game, and it's just it's a no goer, and this stage, Owen Coyle, he had his mind that I was going to Celtic, so
he's a big Celtic fan.
Yeah, so he was. Rangers were making bids, and he was telling Celtic. Aye, so my agent found out this, so I was just like, nah, that's not happening. So I've ended up having to ring the club, and I was like, listen, I know what's happening. There's no chance I'm going to Celtic.
Yeah,
I'm a Rangers fan. It's my dream to play for the club. I'm going to Rangers. If you don't accept Rangers' bid, I'm not playing for the club again.
Wow.
I haven't really made a name for myself yet.
Aye.
But having to say that to a club that's given me my chance, I'm like...
Fair play. You're only 20 at the time, but
so it's like obviously I had my agents in my ear as well. Like they said about putting a transfer request. I was like, I'll put one in because I was just so focused on going to Rangers. But and then I think they kind of thought about like if it didn't happen that window with me putting in a transfer request, it's like
it
looks bad.
Proportion and line and so news and all the rest. And
we decided not to put in a transfer request, and that's when the phone call came about. He's like, you need to speak to the manager. So I've ended up having the phone, and that's how it kind of happened. And I remember flying over to Glasgow, met my agent at the airport, and I remember driving over. It's not the Squinty Bridge, is it? The one over the water?
Kingston Bridge.
And just looking, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing here? I was just like blown away by being in a city. Because I was never really in Belfast either. When I'm with the national team, you basically go to the hotel and basically don't leave the hotel. You're like training back to the hotel. So I'm like...
Did you ever get the chance to come over as a kid, being a fan, or you always watching the TV? So that was your first time pretty much
always
in Glasgow?
All on TV. So
see, when you have the signing talks with Rangers, I take it it's at Ibrox and you walk through the front doors.
Yeah, so I walked in. No, sorry, it was at Murray Park.
Oh, was it, right?
Went to Murray Park. It was Murray Park at that time, and walked into Martin Bain's office, and he's flung the newspaper down. He's like, what am I reading here? You're going to Celtic, man? Nah, it's not happening. So I ended up signing and took the Ibrox. And honestly, I was just blown away by everything.
Total surreal. You're like,
unbelievable. Like,
get up
obviously,
the marble staircase.
Yeah, I actually ended up taking I'm going off subject here, but the last game, the Braga game, me and my mate went to the game, but his nephew never been to Ibrox, Rangers fan, and he's like, listen, I'm going bringing my nephew. He's got tickets. Do you mind if he comes along? I was like, aye. So I ended up speaking to one of the guys, got into a lounge, and driving down the road, the wee guy's like in the back. He's like, where is it? And we're just, do you know, like, is it like the Shell garage on the left hand side? Just approaching that, and I think there's a block of flats, like blocking Ibrox, and no joke. See, when I seen it, he's like, there it is. Look how many people. Honestly, it was the best feeling. And my mate Kenny, he was just like, I think he was blown away. The kid was, it was like never before, and like it kind of made me think, like, I had that feeling, and the wee kid was blown away. The guy that got me in his box, so good with him as well. Carlos, he was honestly
never forget that, the wee boy either.
Like, was it Walter Smith that signed you?
Walter signed me, yeah.
What a guy,
so, but I ended up having to say to the wee kid, listen, it's not always, I guess. It's you're going to be out in the cold sometimes. But honestly, got a wee glass. Carlos ended up giving the wee guy a glass with the game and the print of Ibrox around the glass, and honestly, the feeling, the wee kid was never in the lounge. He was just outside watching, and even when I was empty, he was like,
you thinking that for you watching it as a wee boy that age, maybe you're watching it miles away, and that wee boy's getting to get right into
it. It was so good. It was just like obviously I didn't really play much part in it, but seeing that effect on the wee kid, incredible.
Amazing.
So I think the wee kid I think he lost his dad like 4 months ago as well.
Right.
So just to give him that, it was incredible. But
fair play to you.
AG Payroll are delighted to be sponsoring Boots to Billing. Myself and Faddy are having a great time interviewing all these footballers and ex-footballers. But just to tell you a bit about what AG Payroll do, we provide payroll services for contractors in the UK, which is CIS, Umbrella and Bureau services, but we also can provide payroll services in over 160 countries worldwide. So if you need any help, give me a shout, and I'll let you get on with the show.
So what about, I've heard you speak about Walter Smith a few times. Again, I think the quote you had in it, which I find the most interesting, is you very rarely get somebody that's respected by both sides. Walter Smith was, Tommy Burns was, but for him as a guy, I always tell people, and I don't think I've said this story to many people, but I'd met Walter Smith once, and it was a random game when I was young. I don't know where his boy was playing it. It was like some relation. It was over a place in Campbelltown, at random places, right? But after the game, I'd been caught offside about 100 times, right? Playing off the shoulder, scored a couple of goals, but he came up to me after and he was like, wee fella, come here. And I went over and he went, see, at this level until you get a linesman. He goes, you want to cut offside half the times you were? He says, but take a step to the right and then run. I'd done that for about 5-6 years after that, and see, he was just such a nice guy. And that's what I say to people. I know everybody that knows him, has played for him, says the same thing. So I guess for you, growing up Rangers fan, signing for him, must have been unbelievable.
Yeah, like, so I didn't know Walter before, obviously, and he was a manager at Rangers. Obviously, I know all about him, but never met him, and I was just signing for Rangers.
Yeah.
But when I met Walter and how he took me on, and it was just another completely feeling. Like, I remember in Cyprus, and I came on the news. So I got a few messages first about, obviously he's passed away, and I'm lying on the sofa with my wife and the wee one, and it comes on Sky Sports, and I've just broke down.
Aye.
And I was just like, she's like, Nessa's like looking at me, she's like, what's wrong? She just didn't understand it. Because he's played a massive part in my career, made me like live my dream, and you like, I've said it before, is like a proper father figure, and it's not just me that said that, like everyone.
It's respect, isn't
it? We talk a lot on here about man management, the managers that can pull players aside and have the chats, but they know about you, they know about your family, your wife, your kids and all that. So
Yeah, I think that was probably the biggest thing. Like he knew about your family. Like he it wasn't just all about football for him. Like when we won something, it was a family thing that celebrated it. Like I remember after the Kilmarnock game, I'm sitting jiving with his wife, Ethel, in Ibrox, and it was a proper family thing. Like you win on the pitch, it's a family celebrates, and the respect thing, like massively. Like it takes a special person to be respected. And obviously I didn't know much about Tommy Burns, and I only know what Darren's told me.
Yeah, because they boys all worship him, didn't they? Like Mulgrew, all these guys just...
Daz speaks about Tommy the way I speak about Walter. And it was, as I said, like as a Celtic player, I didn't really know too much about him, only through Darren. So, and like he was respected by both,
both fans.
By both fans.
Everybody I know played for him used to say all the time as well they felt protected by him. He said, like, see if you were ever in trouble, or he said he always knew first, and he protected players. I think that's another thing.
But you look at what was back at the Scotland job, and who did he bring in as his assistant?
Aye,
Tommy Burns.
So him and McCoist was there as well, wasn't he?
Aye, McCoist as well. So,
but I got in his wrong, like the wrong side of him a few times. But
yeah, that side of him as well. Aye,
I was just being daft, and like Champions League, v Man U at Ibrox. Not too sure if we could have qualified or what, but I've started. Sorry, I was meant to start. I came off the bus messing around and fell and broke my finger. Got a pin, 2 pins in my finger. My knuckle spun round. Jesus. So full operation. I was out for like 8 weeks, and no joke. I remember lying in the bed. First, I was trying to get change and I couldn't. The pain was like
no wonder
so bad. And I was so white, and I think Davo was next to me, and he's like, "You alright?" I went, "Yeah, my finger." He's like, "Go to see the doc." So I went to the doc, and my finger was like that. Right. So the doc's in trying to put it back in. He's like, "I can't do this." He's like, I was like, "Just do it. I need to play." He's like, "V Man U." He's like, "Kyle, I can't do this." So he's like, "We need to go to the hospital here." I was like, "Doc, just tape it up or something. I'll be fine." He's like, "No, this is bad." So I'm lying in the bed like that, and Walter comes in. He just stands over me and goes, walks out, doesn't say nothing. Like when I seen him walking in, because the blinds were open, and I was just like, oh shit. I was like, look at he's just stood.
They don't know how you did it, or could you even lie and say you trapped the
I don't even know if he knew it by this stage how I'd done
it.
But I was just like, obviously I've missed out on that, but I gave Kyle Hutton an opportunity. He was dragged in, and he was unreal. Like I think he ended up getting man of the match that game, and that kickstarted his career. But just some of the stuff I'd done, and I was just like,
he probably in a way respected that you had a bit about you, and you're a wee bit different. You're a bit of a character, and he sort of could mould you.
Yeah, he didn't really say a lot. Like, but see, when the gaffer spoke, it was like everyone, even the senior players, it was usually like Coy, Stewart, Durant, or Kenny McDowell that would speak. But whenever the gaffer would speak, you're like, listen, we're doing something wrong.
People say that about Martin O'Neill as well. So you know, he's in that kind of through, but apparently he's the same. Does he do much like?
I just seen an interview. Was it McDowell? No, not McDowell. McGowan.
Yeah.
He's like after the first game under Martin. They were around clapping the fans. And he came into the dressing room and he's like, "Did you just win the cup there?"
That's brilliant, isn't it?
And they're like, "Oh," he's like, "We look forward to the Saturday or Sunday."
Nice game.
So I've met Martin a few times, and he's a great guy, gentleman.
Yeah.
Obviously done Northern Ireland player as well. So, but some of his interviews are brilliant.
They're class, isn't they?
The first interview about 11 plus. I'm a 48. I was like, what's he on about? But I just know Martin. He's just like he's an old man, innocent old man. He the green tracksuit is brilliant.
Everybody's talking about it. I was watching the thing.
Only who could get away with it.
Kevin Thompson and Mulgrew's new podcast. They were talking about it, saying,
honestly,
great guy, but they can't take him serious. That's why.
Only 73, but he's still sharp as a tack. He's still there and a bit more.
Brilliant.
But yeah, he's a gentleman.
I know you're good.
Right.
You mentioned McCoist and Durant. So you're a young boy coming into Rangers. Did they rip you straight away?
Durante ripped me. So obviously, I never wear green. I was brought up never wear green. Don't eat green sweets. And people may think it's stupid, but I'm being serious.
Don't love it in the studio. You're sitting behind a green light.
I know. I'm trying to something like that. But so I'm like, don't wear green. So I've came in. It was like maybe 2 weeks into I've joined Rangers, and I've came in like these were khaki, touching cream.
Yeah.
So I'm changing, top off, changing. Durante's come in. Durante always comes in, bit of banter, and I was down at the bottom where I'm changing, and he's walking down. He always had something smart to say. He's went, "What are they?" I went, "What?" He's like, "What are you wearing?" I went, "Trousers." He's like, "What colour are they?" I went, "Cream." He's like, "Nah. I had to leave." He threw them in the bin, cut them up and threw them in the bin. I had to leave to go home after training in my training kit, trousers. I'm like, come on.
He cut them up, did he?
I cut them up. He's like, "No green around here." I was like, "I know, but they're not green, they're cream."
He's a sharp guy. I've met him a few times.
He's brilliant.
But Coy's the same. Look how well he's done down south and that.
He's brilliant.
Just sharp
I actually
as a
met
tack,
Coisty
man.
after the game, and the wee guy, I ended up getting a picture of the Coisty. But Coisty's honestly, he's all, you know what? That coaching staff that they had was unreal.
Was it?
I was close to all of them. I still respect all of them so much. The only person I haven't really spoke to or bumped into is Kenny McDowell. And me and Kenny was so close. Like, I remember, I think I hadn't scored for a few games, and he pulled me over. I always tape my wrist up.
I remember.
And he'd done a football and coloured in and he wrote "score" underneath it.
A colour?
Fuck, just running around with a ball and a score underneath, or goal. He wrote "goal," and I was like, right, okay. And 2 games after I scored, and he always done it he gave me so much time, and like he's probably the only person I haven't really bumped into. And honestly, the coaching staff was brilliant. I loved
good
them.
coach staff in it. But Fergie, that was all still there, wasn't it? So you had players there that knew the club. And
so I only played, I'm going to say 3 months with Fergie, maybe.
Do you leave?
6 months maximum until the next window, maybe. But I only played maybe a handful of games, and he's probably one of the players I wish I was probably on the pitch more.
Came through with Barry Ferguson, unders, from unders 12s up to 16s. And we played with the Lanarkshire Select and stuff like that. And Barry, wouldn't mind me saying this, but Barry wasn't the most talented player. But when he got to 16, he had the best attitude, because his big brother, and I think John Viola was the agent at the time, and they all made him, and he worked his arse off.
Nice.
And
turned out to be one of the
model
the
professional, Rangers legend. So.
But I remember driving to Dundee United, it was, and Fergie is the first 4 seats, single seats, was the manager and the staff, and then you've got this double seats with the tables. Fergie was always the seat back, and I was opposite him. He pulled out a bag, like no joke, there must have been 20 cream eggs in it. like back then, I'd probably, like, I'm massive at crisps and sweets and chocolate.
Yeah.
But I'd do all my eating in the room.
Aye.
So no one would see.
Yeah.
So Fergie pulls out this, no joke, there must have been easily 20 cream eggs. He's like, "Do you want one?" I went, "No." But even though I've been still in the dressing room with Fergie, like, I grew up supporting Rangers while he was like the main figure of the team. So I was always nervous. Same with Davy Weir, I was always nervous around these players.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Nah, I'm fine. Drinking water." It's the only time I drink water is on the bus. So he's like, take one for your room." So I'm now thinking, does he know I'm eating sweets in the room? So I've ended up taking 2. I was like, is this a trick? Can I eat one? No joke, he's tanned 2 or 3. He's like, "What's in the middle?" I went, "Cream." He's like, "But what is it?" I was like, "Sugar." He's like, "What does sugar give you?" I was like, "Energy." He's like, "There you go." I was always like, Barry Ferguson eating it, I'm eating it. I'm like, But honestly,
you thought it was a stitch-up?
that's probably one of the things, like, I wish I had played more with Fergie. The games I did, he used to moan all the time. Honestly, I was like, this guy hates me. Absolutely hates me. And then a few years ago, he done an interview, and he was like, I think it was when I joined Rangers again. What he said about me, I was like,
great trainer, great attitude, all that kind of stuff.
I was like, wow, like honestly, hands down, I was like, this guy hates me, despises me. He just doesn't want to give me the ball, and then but I've thought that about so many people. Like, this guy hates me, managers hates me, and then turn out and.
Sometimes it's just like that. I mean, that's probably what he installed a bit of that into. He wanted people realising it wasn't a piss about and that kind of stuff. So I suppose you need to be a bit like that, don't you?
You always think with him, like, I know he had a brief spell as a manager, but he should always be in and amongst the coaching staff at Rangers. See sort of guys like 100%.
That. I actually thought when Russell Martin got sacked, I thought he would have come in. I thought
back again.
Yeah. Just until the end of the season, or because he came in, he's done well.
Fans get behind him as well, don't they?
Yeah, they're always going to, and I think they needed that figure. I thought the board would have went, bring Fergie back, let him do, like, because he didn't lose against Celtic, 2 wins and a draw.
It's mad because he's already said some of the players he would have signed. He would have signed Shankland.
Yeah.
He would have signed Gogic.
Yeah. Both of them improved.
Two unbelievable players for the Scottish Premier
League. I'm glad he didn't get back. It's good.
But honestly,
Shankland guarantees you 20 to 30 goals.
That's the one probably I don't understand. Is not signing Shanks.
I think you signed the boy for Everton for 8 million.
Let's not talk about that.
Who might turn out?
I'd love to see the paper trail of that, by the way. Because it's listen, he's a young lad, and I think the pressure. There's enough pressure on him already for the 8 million price tag. I think it's the highest since Flow. So that is always going to play a massive part.
Of course it is, especially
it doesn't matter where you come from or what you've done. As a young boy, 8 million's a lot of money. He hasn't really made a name for himself to stand out in a way, if you know what I mean. But then to come to Rangers,
it's
more the pressure is times 2.
We think Shankland would have done that. He'd have come in and probably scored goals for Rangers,
and then he's come into a team that hasn't performed for the first 4 months. So
recipe in it for disaster.
He doesn't know what he's getting to sell into, doesn't he?
No.
Shankland knows it all.
I think a lot of players come, they see Rangers, Champions League, Europa League, fan base, everything, and they all love that, but it's hard, trust me. Like, I noticed massively. See, we're playing for Rangers. They're probably the same. It will be some players will play for Celtic. It's easier. Like when I played for Hearts against Celtic, my record against Celtic's ridiculous. Like I think 7 goals in 6 games or something like that, and one of the goals stopped in the 67.
I remember I was abusing it.
Definitely done that green background.
So I felt it easier playing against Celtic for Hearts and Kilmarnock. And and other teams, because teams obviously raised their game against Rangers and Celtic. So I went and scored like 19 goals in 35 games for Hearts against the same team, but
it's I think not the same, is it?
I think listen, everyone wants to beat the 2 big dogs, and they raise their game. It's a cup final for them. I just found it a lot easier playing for.
Probably got you to move back there eventually as well, didn't it? Because you end up back again, so I did, I can understand that.
Let's not talk about that one.
So listen, just because we could talk to you all day about the Rangers stuff, but I'm also thinking you'd quite a lot of career where you played abroad. Was there? What could you say about? I know there's different countries. There was Switzerland, Norway, Italy. Being a wee bit. Did you enjoy it?
Passports.
Did you enjoy playing abroad?
Loved it.
Did you?
I see a lot more British-based players moving abroad now.
I can see it all the time.
I'm all for it now. Like,
look at Lewis Ferguson and stuff like that. I mean, he's some player, but he's doing so well over there.
Yeah, 100%. Is it Danny Miller, is he? From Motherwell?
Aye.
Went to Udinese.
Aye.
Yeah, so, like, 100%. Like, I'd push that massively for the players.
Yeah.
First, the lifestyle. Brilliant. Like, there's no pressure. You've obviously got the place I've been. You've got the sun. You've got the beach. No joke. It's like you wake up in the morning. You can walk down the street without being called an orange, this and everything. Honestly, it's so relaxed, and you're sitting having a coffee and so relaxed. After training, you go out for dinner, and then the football's brilliant. Like I loved, Italy's probably been my favourite.
What kind of stadiums were you playing there?
Palermo, yeah. Palermo, and then Regina the second time, but Palermo was incredible.
Did you play in all the bigger teams?
No, I was Serie B.
So because you won Serie B there, didn't you?
Won Serie B,
yeah.
And then I moved to Norwich, but I didn't want to leave. I left all my stuff in Palermo, and I was coming back. Didn't want to leave. Obviously playing Serie A as well. Like you know, be playing against some of the best players in the world there. We used to watch Channel 4.
How good was that? God.
Yeah, went off about 3 minutes. So I got
Gaza. Who
was your favourite then? Mine was Batistuta by a mile. Used to love watching Batistuta.
It was Fiorentina. Fiorentina, was it?
Was it Fiorentina?
Fiorentina.
It was just an absolute
I was watching Gaza over there with Lazio.
Gaza.
Amazing, eh?
He was brilliant, man.
Yeah, there was what do you call him? He dyed his hair as well. Is it Vialli? No, was it?
Blonde hair?
No, Baggio we talked about. No, he did red at the end of his,
yeah, he did, yeah.
There were just so many there at the point. It was unbelievable.
But it was brilliant. I did play against Bologna in the...
That's what Ferguson is now, isn't it?
Yeah. Coppa Italia. No, he's at AC
Milan.
Ferguson. Did he not go to AC Milan?
No, I don't think so. He stayed at Bologna.
Oh, did he?
Bologna, aye.
His knee went, and then he's still at Bologna now, because I was seeing him up under the Scotland thing the other night.
So I played at Bologna, and it's probably one of the best stadiums I've played at.
Is it?
So good, because it's... Most stadiums in Italy, they're quite high and deep.
Right.
But Bologna's like, it's low, but in the halfway line, behind the stand opposite the main one, it's got the big old clock.
Yeah.
Incredible. Honestly, it's so good. Probably one of the best stadiums I've...
It's quite history orientated over in Italy, you can imagine that.
So good.
I think it's San Siro with the pillars and all that kind of stuff.
Palermo Stadium's incredible.
Dynamite, is it?
Yeah, so good, and just the atmosphere and everything.
Do you like the atmosphere, the lifestyle there?
Lifestyle was brilliant.
Is it?
Yeah. I was quite lucky because we had the team to win Serie B, and we ended up going on to win Serie B, and everything was more relaxed. But the year before, when they got relegated from Serie A to Serie B, some of the lads that was there told me about it. Like, they went to a dinner, just all wives and girlfriends, and went to a restaurant. The ultras found out about this. Like, they were bottom of Serie A at this time. Met with all ultras, marched up to the restaurant. The main guy went in, asked all the players, told the wives and kids to stay in, and basically had it out with them. Palermo, honestly, was crazy. I wanted to open I got really on with... I had a good relationship with the fans. And my agent said to me, he's like, Laff, you need to take this opportunity up, because my plans were to stay on longer. And he's like, you need to open like a pub, like a club or something. And the thing, I got friendly with a few guys that owns restaurants and stuff over there, and they're like, we're dying out for like a nightclub with a pool and all. And I was like, I'm putting a pool in a nightclub. Honestly.
This is cool.
So I end up speaking to one of the guys that owns a fish restaurant. He's like, yes, this idea is brilliant, but you have to speak to someone, then to take it to someone higher. But even before you make any profit, you have to pay 33%. To whoever
the man is.
I'm like, but only if I'm like making money. He's like, nah. You could be like negative. You still have to. That doesn't change. And I'm like, no chance. Because I remember, like, I got really, really friendly with a family that owns a restaurant. Used to go there morning, noon, and night for my food. And I'd be like, the restaurant would be closed in the morning, and I'd been having a coffee and just chatting to him, and two guys would appear at the top of the road, and he'd like, I'll be back in a minute, and he'd go over.
Not him paying his dues.
Didn't have a clue at this stage, but then I got friendlier with him, and I still speak to him. Now, like, then he told me, I'm like, no chance. He's like, it's the way of living over here. That's incredible.
He dodged a bullet there,
But
literally.
even like, I know. But even like, from Palermo City Centre to the training ground, it's like one main road.
Yeah.
And then the roundabout, and you go off whatever way. But there was always like, the traffic was horrendous. Like, there was no road markings. Like, you could be driving anywhere, and there'd be like people, unfortunate people, that would be at the side of the road begging, like mums, daughters, just kids.
Yeah.
And there was always this guy, like, his feet was like deformed and all, and we used to just throw him like €1 or whatever. On the way back from training, the guys, like, this guy could barely walking stick and everything. He's walking normal. No joke. I'm like, my roommate at the time, I had a house with him. It's like, Sammy, that's the guy we just gave like €1 to.
Yeah.
It's like, laugh. They're normal people, but they work for like the mafia. I was like, no chance. I couldn't believe it. And then I just started getting like seeing things, and like, he's amazing, but it was just
There's another
chaos.
side to it.
Aye.
What are you going to call your nightclub, Elder? That's what I'm interested in.
I don't know.
No idea.
Capone's.
I actually do you want to talk
But